Jamie Pickup, popping
Hi.
into your day for a short fire
How are
interview.
you?
Hi.
Put your seatbelt on.
So how's life?
Yeah, it's really good, thank you. Good start to January so far, and 2021 finished off really, really well.
And where are you heading?
Just heading back into the office to see some of the team.
What is it that you do?
So I work in recruitment, executive search on a global scale.
What did you want to be when you were growing up?
Clearly I never envisaged being a recruiter. When I was 9, I think I wanted to be an astronaut. Other than that, I've never really had particular ambitions.
Can you describe your job in 3 words?
Frustrating, rewarding, and intense.
Were you always a recruiter?
No, so I started my career in the army when I was 17, just after I finished my A-levels. Did 4 years in the army, and then went into face-to-face sales, and I guess the experience I gained through both set me up pretty well to move into recruitment.
When did you transition into recruitment?
I moved into recruitment about 8 years ago now, so I think about 2014, roughly.
What made you make that move?
I was looking for a career with longevity, where I could progress, move up the ladder, maybe move around the world. And I was also guided by one of my best friends who recommended that moving from sales into recruitment probably be a good move.
What is your career highlight?
I don't know if there's particular highlights. Obviously, most recruiters will probably say their biggest fee, which my biggest placement was a couple of years ago, worth about 60,000 revenue to the business. My first placement in recruitment was probably a highlight because I guess that's what kickstarts everything. And this last year, probably the big highlight from that was signing up the number 1 player in my industry, specifically flavours, to a retained assignment.
What industry do you recruit for?
So I work in quite a niche market. So I work in, our division is ingredients, but that encompasses everything from flavours, fragrance and ingredients, anything that you would imagine goes into the products that we all see day to day.
Why did you choose that industry?
I didn't particularly choose that industry. I kind of fell into it. I actually interviewed with a recruitment business that focused on packaging and did all my research on packaging for my interview, and they, at interviews, started talking about their sister business that focused on flavours and ingredients, and the more they talked to me about it, the more it caught my interest, and that's what made me take that position and move into that market, and it's probably the best decision that I've made in my recruitment career.
What geographic regions do you recruit in?
So I work on a true global scale. I've placed people in 4 continents, so Europe, Asia, North America, South America. Particularly the most of my work is in Europe and in the US, North America. However, I have placed people and completed assignments everywhere from Singapore to Brazil.
What's the best place you've ever been to?
Personally, the best place I've been to is the Philippines. 1, it's an unbelievable location, and secondly, it's where I got engaged.
Where is the next place you'd love to visit?
I don't know where the next place is, but my bucket list has 2 places. Canada, for 1, and then I really want to do parts of South America, in particular Chile, Argentina, and Colombia.
How do you work with your clients?
So I work with my clients on a retained partnership basis. So we work in a model where we get paid for every single assignment that we complete or take on, and I have near enough 100% success rate.
What helped you the most when transitioning to retained assignments?
So iIntro is the thing that helped me transition the most. I had been working retained prior to working with iIntro, but it was only probably about 20 to 25% of my work, whereas now 100% of the work that I do is retained.
What's the best thing about retained recruitment for you?
It depends how you look at it. Obviously, as a recruiter, it's the fact that I get paid for every single piece of work that I work on. But I look at it from my client and candidate's perspective, as I feel they get a far better professional service where they get 100% of my resource, my time, and I can dedicate more to them.
What's your secret weapon during pitch meetings?
Obviously, I intro is a big part of that. Having a platform that can really demonstrate the value that we bring and what it is that we deliver. Most recruiters go into a pitch purely basing themselves off their market knowledge. Obviously, I've got the market knowledge, but I've got that additional thing on top of that that separates me from my normal competitors.
On average, how many roles do you search on a monthly basis?
I generally take on about 4 or 5 at a maximum. Some months I might only have 2, whereas some months I'll have 5 or 6. But the most important thing is every single role that I take, I fill.
Why is it better to do it on a retained basis?
As I said before, it means I can dedicate my time to my clients. I can give them the true resources and dedication to each particular assignment. It also means I can pick and choose, whereas a lot of recruiters will take on every opportunity that they can. I will take on purely the assignments that I know I can fill, and it means I can be a bit more honest and transparent with my clients.
What's the best feedback you've gotten from a client or a candidate?
I guess there's a couple of different. From a candidate perspective, I had a candidate that interviewed because of iIntro and what it delivers. If it hadn't have been for iIntro and the process and the video and everything like that, he wouldn't have been seen because he was by far the most junior candidate, and he ended up getting the position over people that were significantly more senior to him. From a client perspective, one of the best ones, I've had a client that was interviewing from the UK, interviewing people in the US. All the candidates in the US were home office based, so they were spread out across the country. Of the 6 candidates that we did present, off the strength of their CV, all 6 would have been interviewed. However, because of the detail in our process, the client decided to interview purely just 3, the 3 that she felt most suitable to what she was looking for. And as a result, she flew in for 1 day, spent 1 day interviewing the 3 candidates. She only had to fly in 3 candidates from around the country, so it saved them a lot of time, also a lot of money, and also a lot of money on flights.
What can your clients expect from you?
I think my clients can expect an honest and reliable service where we take on, or I'll take on, only assignments that I know I will fill. More importantly, they'll get a service that will save them time and save them money in the long run. And most importantly, my retention rates are 96%. 96% of all the candidates that I've placed are still with the businesses that I've placed them with.
Do you mind if we do some quick fire reactions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. The recruitment industry.
Ever changing.
Retained recruitment.
Professional.
iIntro.
A step above.
A 4-day working week.
I'm a bit unsure on that. I think it's good in some senses and might not work in others. Time will tell.
2022.
Prosperous.
Thank you, Jamie, for your
You're
time.
welcome. Thank you very much.